Hey everyone, it's me, Cupid83, and today I have some toys for review from Wicked Cool Toys. These are 3 of the new Cabbage Patch Kids. We have a Cabbage Patch Kids newborn, Cabbage Patch Kid, and then one of the adoptable Cabbage Patch Kid pets. This is the first chance I've actually gotten to play with any of the new Cabbage Patch Kids since Wicked Cool Toys took over the brand. So I'm excited to see how they turn out. So first off, these guys are all still like one of a kind in a sense, where they have a personalized birth certificates and adoption papers inside, which is really nice. I think even I don't know if the pet has one, but for sure the kids do. So I'm gonna open them and then we will see what they look like. So I've taken all the Cabbage Patches out of their box. I've also added an original Cabbage Patch to the mix so we can kind of compare the original Cabbage Patch to the new one. So this is the Cabbage Patch Kid. She's roughly 14 inches tall. She has a soft body. It's kind of like floppy and it's very light. I didn't expect it to be so light. She has a vinyl head, as you can see here. But her limbs, like I said, her arms and her stomach and her legs are all plush. She's rather thin. She doesn't have a lot of stuffing, but she's stuffed well enough. It's just so weird because she's very, very light, which I guess is good because children can then hold her and not have like this, not be holding this very heavy thing. So this is, according to the birth certificate, Kaylin Daniela, and she was born in the Cabbage Patch on August 15th. So we're going to have her sit down here for a moment and I'm going to open up the birth certificate so we can all see it. Comes in a nice little envelope. And here's her birth certificate. It's a nice, like, solid sort of paper. It's not super thin, which is great. And then this is the official adoption paperwork. So you can write the day that you adopted your Cabbage Patch, where she lives, you sign it, and then you have a witness just saying that yes, they did adopt this Cabbage Patch. So this is super cute. And I love that they're keeping tradition alive because that was one of those things that made Cabbage Patch Kids a little special and different. The fact that they all had unique names and you could like adopt them. So I love that they're keeping tradition alive with this. So she is wearing a removable outfit. So you can change her outfit if you would like. She does have undies on. It's made of a nice material. It's very soft. And unlike the original Cabbage Patch Kids, she does have rooted like nylon or saran hair. It's nice. It has a nice soft feel to it and a nice texture. I wonder what this would look like if you were to take the ponytail out. I'm not quite sure. She probably doesn't have a part, so it may look kind of weird, but I'm not sure. Her crown is held in with little bits of her hair. Like instead of having a plastic tab, they like wrapped her hair around her crown and just set it in place that way, which is a really interesting way to do it. She has blonde hair, nicely rooted. Of course, she has a Cabbage Patch Kid's face. It's slightly more reminiscent of like recent Cabbage Patch Kids. When you compare her to a Cabbage Patch Kid that was released in the 80s, you'll see they are very similar sizes. There have been some changes made to the face. Like my Cabbage Patch Kid has like a smaller face, I feel like. Or her cheeks and the roundness of her face is different. Something like that. And definitely the eyes are slightly different. And the hair. Yarn hair versus saran and nylon hair. But as far as size goes, she is a very similar size. Now the original Cabbage Patch seems a little heavier. Like they used a denser sort of stuffing than her. Like Elizabeth Ann right here is not as floppy as this one. But they are both cute in their own special way. So the one thing about these Cabbage Patch Kids is that they are designed to connect with an adoptable pet as well. So this is one of the pets. I have a certificate of ownership right here. So we'll open that up and see what it entails. let's see. This is our certificate of ownership right there. And it essentially just says this certificate that you put in this certifies that insert pet's name was adopted from the Cabbage Patch on the pet's birthday by, and then you put your name and then sign it. And there's helpful pet care tips on here as well. That's kind of cute. So this is one of the adoptable pets. Now you'll notice if you press this, you'll hear noises. So you'll hear her barking and breathing, much like the videos, much like you hear in the background of the videos that I shoot. And the whole gist of the Cabbage Patch Kid and the pet is that each Cabbage Patch Kid comes with a key that you can put in here, and it will light up and you can hear the heartbeat of the adopted animal. And you can take it out. So very cute. This is not removable or anything. You can't like unlock the lock or unlock the collar. It is just tied in there with string. But it's a cute, nice, stuffed, adoptable pet for your Cabbage Patch Kid, and really is an adorable scale for it as well. She comes with the adoptable pet a comb, so you can comb her, and a food bowl, which is great too. So this is a Drinkin' Whets Cabbage Patch Kids newborn. He's completely vinyl head to toe. He has some articulation in his hips and his shoulder joints. His head doesn't turn for some reason, and I did notice that there is some glue like on the side of his face, but I think sometimes when they send review toys out, they're seconds, so yours probably won't. He is designed so you can feed him water, and you can put it in his bottle that is provided, and once he drinks it, he will, you know, wet his diaper down here. So we're gonna see how this works. Now to fill this, you have to like fill a bowl of water and then squeeze the water into the bottle. You can't just take off the lid. So that is how you will fill it. Oh, there we go. Most of that's coming from the diaper. So what happens is he has a hole, and I'm saying he because I forgot to mention this is Scott Brennan. He also comes with his unique name and birth certificate. He was born February 27th, but Scott has a hole right around here, so when you put this in his mouth, and really you have to put it in his mouth, and squeeze the bottle, you'll see water leaking from his diaper. It's an interesting gimmick. I think kids could get a kick out of it. You'd have to put a lot of water in this to make like a lot of water go into the diaper, and I don't see an extra diaper in this kit, so you'll probably have to let this dry for the fun to begin again. But it looks like a fabric that should dry relatively quickly, and you could probably just use a blow dryer and stick some hot air on it. Let's see if I can get him to. No, well, I know there's water in there. There we go. And it likes to leak out of his mouth. So, interesting gimmick. Personally, myself, I prefer just the traditional Cabbage Patch Kids. They don't need to have a bunch of bells and whistles to make me happy. They just need to look like a Cabbage Patch Kid and kind of have the essence of a Cabbage Patch Kid. They do have a nice, like, Cabbage Patch Kid smell to them. Like a baby powder type of smell, which is great. I wish this guy turned his head, I really do. But I think that might mess with the mechanism that's making the water go from his mouth all the way to the diaper. So, let's see. Final thoughts on the Cabbage Patch Kids. I love that Cabbage Patch Kids is still around. I love that the brand just never goes away. It's a staple. I know Wicked Cool Toys is doing their best to like bring it back to its glory by having special releases and that sort of thing, and they're doing some really innovative things as well. Like, for example, we saw at Toy Fair there's going to be a Cabbage Patch Kid with digital eyes that will close, they'll blink, they'll look left and right, that you can then play with through an app, which is great. I think kids will love it. And they're also doing the 18-inch Big Kids, which are limited edition runs, kind of like in the 80s when no one could find a Cabbage Patch Kids on the shelf. That's what they're trying to recreate. As far as the traditional kids go, I do think they're cute and they're a nice representation of the brand. I do think they should try to go back to yarn hair eventually. I do love the yarn hair. I'm just a sucker for it. The adoptable kids idea is great. The Whet, Drink and Wet Cabbage Patch Kid is also a nice addition. I'm not one who will just shop for the gimmick of toys and dolls, but this is a cute toy if you need something that's durable and that's light and that has a water element to it. There are a bunch of different versions of all of these guys. Obviously not Elizabeth Ann. But there are a bunch of different versions, different hair colors. There are some boys, some girls. So there's a mix. So if you don't like these particular kids, there's probably one out there that will be perfect for you. So I want to know from you, what do you think of Wicked Cool Toys' attempt at Cabbage Patch Kids? Do you love it? What do you think they should do to, you know, make the brand even bigger and better? Do you agree that they have to bring back the yarn hair? Because I would love the yarn hair personally. But let me know your thoughts on this line in the comment area, and I will see you soon. Bye.